Hello everyone and welcome to this week's edition of Women's World. Today we'll be talking about Bibliotheca Alexandrina, a very important lighthouse, cultural lighthouse, not only in Egypt but in the whole region. Of course, Bibliotheca Alexandrina plays a major role in spreading culture and knowledge and in education. We will be tackling the role of Bibliotheca Alexandrina today with our guest, Mrs. Sarah Surur, the cultural coordinator at the Bibliotheca Alexandrina. A short break and we'll be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Very much honored today to have with us Mrs. Sarah Surur, Cultural Coordinator at the Bibliotheca Alexandrina or Alexandrian Library. And I'd like to welcome you, Sarah.
Thank you very much.
Coming.
Thank you very much. It's my pleasure.
You are the Cultural Coordinator at the Bibliotheca Alexandrina. Let's talk first about the role of Bibliotheca Alexandrina in Egypt.
Actually, the Library of Alexandria plays an important role for the culture, for the knowledge, inside, outside Egypt. You know, it's the window of the cultural from Egypt to the whole world. Mm-hmm. And we're having many activities as well concerning women, children, scientific people. You know, it's not just a library. It's the biggest cultural place in Egypt.
Well, we'll be talking about that in details, but first let's get to know you and tell us more about what you do in the library. How did you join? A little bit about yourself.
Actually, I started working at the library 20 years ago. Mm-hmm. Yes, I started from the very beginning with the official inauguration, and it was an unforgettable day. Mm-hmm. It was a day of, it was really a day with a great value. Yes, and you know, all the royalties and presidents from all over the world attended this lovely day. You know, I cannot forget it by all its details.
Okay, so what's your background? What did you study?
Actually, I studied business administration, and I've worked at the library for public relations. I started with the visits department. And then public relations, and I joined the director's office crew 10 years ago, and now I'm really having a great pleasure to work with the legend, Dr. Mustafa Al-Fiqi, you know, because the director of the library is really a great public Egyptian figure, and also with a diplomatic background. You know, he was an ambassador, and he's really taking care of every single detail at the library. We're now having a great value as well, according to his activities, and he supports a lot women, and we are really, actually more than 50% of the employees are women at the library.
Okay. To what extent, Sarah, the Bibliotheca Alexandrina is playing a role in spreading culture and knowledge in the whole region?
It's, I think, one of the most important things in Egypt that plays this role. The library is distributing the culture everywhere. And, you know, we receive people, we receive visitors from outside, a lot of visitors, and they're all very impressed to see the Bibliotheca Alexandrina, you know. I think you have visited the library.
I did.
Yes. And, you know, if you come, you will see that it's an amazing, clean, well-maintained place with the books, with the activities, with everything.
I think there was a museum inside.
Of course, many museums.
Many museums,
the antiquities, the manuscripts, the Sadat Museum, because Mrs. Sadat donated us the president's things. Belonging, yes, of course. We have many museums, temporary and permanent museums. And we have the planetarium, and we have the, science museum.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, go on.
Please.
Okay, what are the main activities that are taking place in Biblioteca Alexandrina during the whole year, and how do you plan for these activities?
Actually, we're having many activities. We have women conferences, we have scientific conferences, we're having an art center at the library, you know. We're having a music festival every summer, and it's really, really, really good. You know, the people, the crew of the art center, they're doing a great job. And we are full of activities, but not, sorry, you know, we are having a force majeure now with the COVID-19. It's not like before, you know, we used to receive 200,000 persons per year. Now we're receiving 40,000 visitors. But everything will be okay, and we'll be back again with our activities, but we never stopped, you know. The library never stopped.
Despite anything. The COVID-19, you did not
Yes,
stop
of course.
here.
Yes, with all our restrictions and everything, but we are still working.
Limiting the numbers of people.
Of course, and activities as well.
Yes.
Yes.
And how do you plan for all these activities to take place around the year?
Around next year or?
Ahead. I mean, ahead of the, how do you plan the agenda, the cultural agenda?
Actually, we receive many offers from everybody around us, and we plan to book the halls for them, the conference center. We are having a great conference center. We have a conference hall who takes 1,600 people, the Great Hall. We have many activities in this hall, like Khairat's concerts, big conferences. Once Enrico Macias visited us to do a great concert to distribute the peace from Egypt, and many of our activities. You know, we do.
What were the main events that took place in 2019, 2020? The main conferences and the main events?
Many conferences regarding women and science, but not a specific thing, because you know, the library is really full of activities. But 2019, 2020, it was not like before. You know, due to the circumstances.
But apart from COVID-19, how many conferences take place in the library during the year?
Actually, I cannot tell you the exact number. I don't have it now because I really want to be accurate, but a lot. You know, we're having all over the year bookings and bookings and bookings. We are all, for example, if you want to book to do anything at the library, it should be 1 year before. You have to book it 1 year before. It's full, always full, whether insiders or outsiders, because also we have sectors at the library, and the sectors are really active to do their own activities and conferences.
Okay. Short break, and when we are back, let's talk more about the programs and conferences for women, because this is a women's program.
Of course.
So we want to talk more about women and the activities regarding women in the library. Short break, and we'll be right back.
Of course.
شط اسكندرية يا شط الهوى.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Still with our guest today, Mrs. Sarah Surur, Culture Coordinator at the Biblioteca Alexandrina. Sarah, before the break, we were talking about women and the activities regarding women in the library. So tell us more about conferences and special programs dedicated for women.
Yes, of course. We are taking very good care of this subject at the library, and we're having a very, very, very important department concerning the women activities. Under the umbrella of the academic research sector by Dr. Marwa Al-Wakil and Dr. Maha Muaz. And next time they can join to the program here, and they can talk more and much more.
It would be our pleasure to host them.
Yes, of course, and they know very, very much about these activities. But we are really, really taking very good care to distribute the cultural and the importance of the women all over the world, and how to protect women everywhere, and we do very nice activities also about the experience of the ladies, the successful ladies, and how was the roads very tough, and they
And
succeeded. They made it.
So you talk also about the success stories of
Of course,
women.
yes, of course. And I think it's very important that every successful woman should tell the others what she do because to reach her road, you know. By the way, the women's road is not very easy, you know.
Of course,
because
especially in our society. because-
Exactly.
Yes.
No, but I'm very happy that now everything is stable and balanced, and I think His Excellency, our President, is really doing a great effort
In
to
empowering women.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Yes, I'm very proud actually, because it's really, really, really good intentions, and I think we're taking our great rights now. And I can see that women can play an important role, because you know, women, they're the mothers, the school, the university, the house, the education. So the educated woman is very, very, very useful to our society.
Of course, and to support other women.
Of course, of course, of course. And then
Sarah, tell me more about your opinion. How do you see the role of soft power in bringing cultures together, in bringing peoples together, in spreading culture and knowledge?
actually, I see that the soft power is the solution for everything. You know, if you have any problem, it's the soft power. You know, because you can reach the soul by the soft power. It's
What were the memorable moments or the unforgettable moments during your career in Biblioteca Alexandrina, moments that you do not forget?
I will never forget, as I told you before, the inauguration of the library. It was really, you know, it was great. It was Egypt. It was Egypt on top of the world. You know, everybody was coming to our country to inaugurate and to participate of the inauguration of the biggest Biblioteca Alexandrina. You know, I cannot really forget this. You know, it's and also moments at the library. Actually, half of my life is at the library. It's my second home. But this day is really special to me. 16th of October 2002, and before, of course, the preparations.
Of
It was,
course.
you know, it was.
There was a lot of preparation ahead of the inauguration, and everyone was so excited back then.
Of
that
course.
Building the library of
library
Alexandria,
of-
the new
yes.
library of Alexandria,
Yes.
and the donation of France also to
Yes, you know that
to the library
that, yes,
contributed a lot.
of course, 500,000 books.
a million books.
Yes, this is also one of the very important days in my life, because it was a great donation, and it says a lot that really Egypt is really important, and the library is very important. It was de la Bibliothèque Nationale de la France, and I visited this library many times, and I was attending all the procedures for this donation. So I was really, really happy. It was very, very touching.
Was there a special celebration for that
Of course,
event?
of course, it was a very big celebration. Usually we celebrate everything. The launching of the catalogue of the famous artist Mahmoud Said, we did a very nice celebration at the Biblioteca also. And it was an international event as well, because we invited people from abroad to attend this. And actually when you invite people to come to the Biblioteca, they really appreciate, you know, and they come with pleasure.
What are the nationalities that most commonly visit the library?
From all over the world. But maybe I cannot, British, Americans, French,
I have seen so many
Germans.
Greeks when I
Greeks, of
I have
course.
seen so many Greeks when
Of
I was
course,
last
yes,
time there.
Yes, of course, the Greeks, and they do many activities with us. Also, the Greeks, and you know, the Greeks are very close to the Alexandrians.
In particular,
Yes, in
yes.
particular, you know, because they used to live in Alexandria, the Greeks and the Italians also. Yes.
And what is the most important conference that you have attended in the library that was really important?
Actually, all our conferences are really important. I cannot tell you that this conference was the most important conference. But maybe I have conferences that it was really important to me, like the UNHCR. I was, you know, preparing with them the agreement. You know, we are all working at the library, but there is not. I cannot tell you that this was the most important conference.
Okay. Are there special programs or activities for children as well in the library?
Yes, of course. We're having the child library, we have the youth library, and we have the planetarium, we have the science museums. All these activities are for kids, of course. And we are trying to be around all the, and we have school trips every day at the library, and they learn a lot. Yes.
Tell us about the system in the library, how it works, because the last time I visited, there was the front desk.
Yes.
And there were young people, youth.
Yes.
Young women.
We have
and men
many. We
who
have
would
many.
Tell us exactly where to go, what to do, how to do it, and everything.
Actually, you have
information desk.
Actually, you have two options to enter the biblioteca. You are, of course, free to buy a ticket, and with a very special price. You know, the tickets are not expensive at all, and you can ask for a tour visit with a tour guide, and they're all very professionals, to be honest, and very well trained, and they speak the 3 languages: English, French, Arabic, English, and French. And the other option that you can buy your ticket and go at the entrance level at the library, and you can ask the employees where to go. If you are looking for a special book, they will help you they will tell you which floor should you, you know, go. And also you can go to the museums, you can have a walk at the library, you can use the Wi-Fi and the internet, you can read, you can do your any search, you know. We are, yes, it's very, 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 very well maintained, and everybody at the library know what to do to help our visitors.
Perhaps the idea of having museums in the library, Sarah, was to me something very unique, and there were so many museums inside the library. I could not finish touring them all.
Actually, you cannot finish the library tour
in one day. It was impossible.
No, so I really want you to come back.
I will.
Yes,
I will definitely.
Yes, and please invite everybody to come. We are opening our doors to everybody, you know, to visit the biblioteca. And no, you cannot finish it because we have many museums, we have many details, and every time when you come to the biblioteca, you will find new things actually.
Such as?
Like temporary exhibitions, yes, like new activities, like new parts, new books. So yes, and it takes time to be all visited. You cannot do it one because it's tiring as well.
And it takes time to prepare for all these activities as well.
Yes, of course. We are almost 2,500 employees at the library. So it's like
this is huge.
This is very huge.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And every department, every sector is preparing their own things, their own activities.
Okay. And now we have some footage on the air for the Biblioteca Alexandrina. I don't know if the report is ready or not. This is the
yes,
the Museum of the Monuments of Alexandria. It's we can see it now. Perhaps this is a very important museum because it sheds light on the historical importance and historical heritage of Alexandria as well. Okay, Sarah, I want to know from you, my final question for you, what would you like to see taking place in Biblioteca Alexandrina? What would you like to see happening in Biblioteca Alexandrina in the near future? With all these activities, museums, events, conferences, special programs, I mean, you have it all. But what would you like to see one day?
I really want to see our success growing day after day, and to be very well maintained, and to see the library back after this COVID-19, and to be back to our.
You want more visitors to come to
more
to the library.
visitors, more activities, you know. Actually, my colleagues and I, we are full of energy, and we like to give the place, and the place gave us. So really, I really want to see more activities, more actions, more visitors, more concerts, more everything, more of everything.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Sarah Sroor, Culture Coordinator at the Biblioteca Alexandrina, I'd like to thank you very much for being
My
with us
pleasure.
today.
Thank you very much for
Thank you so
inviting me.
much. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for being with us today. I'm Hala Al-Hamalawi signing off for now. Thank you.